I have a question for you. How many of you cannot stand the current development of AI and all these data centers, along with all the added challenges that we are facing in the world today? He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. For nearly 2,000 years, people have debated the meaning of these words. How could a system exist where buying and selling becomes connected to identification? How could such a system reach everyone? How could people willingly participate? Because for most of human history, this seemed impossible. But today, we live in a world where money is becoming digital, identity is becoming connected to technology, artificial intelligence is entering everyday systems, and participation in society increasingly depends on digital platforms. So how could humanity respond if a beast system slowly became part of everyday life? Because history reveals something interesting about human nature. People tend to resist change until that change becomes normal. When new systems are first introduced, people tend to experience uncertainty and concern. Over time, those concerns can lead to resistance as people question how these changes will affect their lives. Eventually, society adapts and technology becomes part of everyday life, because people build their routines, businesses, and communities around these systems, and then dependence begins to form. When automobiles first became common, many people worried about their safety and the way they would change communities. Cars transformed transportation. They reshaped cities. They introduced new challenges. Today, automobiles are a central part of modern life for millions of people. Now, the internet followed a similar path, right? When it first entered into everyday life, many people had concerns about privacy, misinformation, the impact of online communication on human relationships. Over time, the internet became deeply connected to how people work, communicate, manage finances, access education, interact with the world. Smartphones also went through this process. When they became widespread, people were concerned about addiction, constant connectivity, surveillance, the effect of digital technology on personal relationships. Today, smartphones have become an important tool for communication, navigation, work, banking, accessing information, and many people now rely on them for basic parts of their daily lives. You see, the reason technology can become a normal part of life is simply because enough people, businesses, and institutions begin building their world around it. One of the strongest forces is convenience, right? Many of the systems that become part of everyday life gain acceptance because they offer solutions to problems people already experience. They promise to save time, simplify tasks, improve efficiency. In many cases, they make daily activities easier. Digital payments have made transactions faster and more convenient, allowing people to pay for goods and services without carrying cash. People accepted fingerprint and facial recognition because they were sold the idea that they could access devices and accounts more quickly while adding another layer of protection. AI assistants are designed to help people complete tasks faster, organize information, improve productivity, provide immediate access to knowledge. Digital identity systems are being developed to cause people to confirm who they are through digital platforms. There are a lot of people who hate these systems, but they still use them, right? As more systems become integrated into everyday routines, convenience can gradually turn into reliance. People begin to structure their lives around the tools and platforms they use every day. So at what point does a helpful technology become something people depend on so much that living without it becomes difficult? Many of the activities people rely on every day now require some form of digital access. Internet connections, online accounts, passwords, mobile applications, identity verification, banking, shopping, communication, employment, education, and many government services have all become tied to digital platforms. When more parts of life depend on a connected digital infrastructure, how is access managed? Who makes decisions about the rules of the system? Who has authority over the technology that people rely on every day? AI introduces a new level of capability because it can analyze information, recognize patterns, make predictions, assist with decisions based on large amounts of data. You know, there are a lot of people who hate AI, and they absolutely hate these data centers that are being built. But let me warn you about how companies look at this. You see, companies believe AI is the next general purpose technology. So, many executives compare AI to electricity or the steam engine or the internet. The thinking is simple. If AI dramatically increases productivity, then whoever builds the infrastructure first gains an enormous competitive advantage. So they think that waiting for public opinion to approve is riskier than investing now. They also have this fear of being left behind. FOMO, right? This is their strongest driver. Imagine you're the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. If AI becomes as transformative as some people predict, and you choose not to invest, your competitors might get ahead of you. And so that creates the incentive to invest, even if there are uncertainties, because they think the downside of inaction is so high. There are other agendas, but that's another video. Don't worry, we'll talk about it soon. Now, supporters of AI believe these advancements could create a more efficient world. They see the potential for faster problem solving, improved services, better resource management, and new discoveries that could benefit society. At the same time, many people hate how these systems are being used and who's overseeing them. They don't like the increased surveillance, the reduced privacy. They don't like the decisions being made through algorithms, and the possibility that important choices could become dependent on these systems. Now, the thing we need to understand and keep in mind is that a system does not always need complete approval from everyone in order to become widely adopted. Many systems grow because enough people choose or feel the need to participate. Emulation is a big problem right now, where people are just copying each other, because human behavior is influenced by practical needs, social expectations, and economic pressures. People may initially have concerns about a new technology or system. They may question its impact or feel uncomfortable with the changes it brings, but over time, daily life can create new reasons to participate. A person may begin using a system because it's required for work, or because it provides access to important services, or because it has become the standard way that people communicate and interact, right? So as more people participate, The system becomes more familiar and integrated into society. So, what once felt unfamiliar becomes routine. What once required adjustment eventually becomes a normal part of everyday life. Even when people don't want it, even when they hate it, because the system has become so connected to daily life, participation feels like the natural choice. The Bible's warning about the beast system is centered around deeper themes that go beyond technology, folks. The passages in Revelation focus on ideas such as authority, worship, allegiance, and economic control. The things described in those scriptures in Revelation involves a system where participation in society becomes connected to questions of loyalty, obedience, and the authority behind that system. Remember, he causes people to take the mark. He doesn't force them to take it. He doesn't ask them to take it. He causes them to take it. So what will happen is humanity will eventually create a system so deeply integrated into everyday life that participating in society becomes closely connected with participating in that system. This is why for most people, it's going to be pointless trying to figure out what the mark of the beast is, because it's not something people are going to be tricked into taking. How many times have you heard people complaining about how much their groceries cost, showing you their receipt after they already bought the groceries? And yeah, I understand the dynamics of seeing the price on the shelf, checking out, and then reading the receipt thinking, what the hell did I just buy? Yeah, you feel scammed, but you still participated, didn't you? Knowing that the whole shopping experience was going to be expensive. And to top it off, after having that experience, most people go back for more. Every generation faces new technologies that reshape the way people live, work, and interact with the world. Throughout history, human beings have created tools that have transformed society, and each generation has had to consider how those tools should be used and what role they should play in daily life. The challenge has always involved deciding who controls these technologies, how they are implemented, and whether humanity continues to guide the systems it creates. The decisions made during periods of rapid change can influence the direction of society for generations. History shows that many technologies eventually become part of everyday life as people adapt to them. But will people recognize the moment when a helpful tool becomes something they depend on so heavily that living without it becomes difficult? Over time, these systems can become very connected to how society functions. By the time people fully understand how much they rely on these technologies, they may already be a normal and permanent part of everyday life. This makes it important for society to consider these changes carefully, because like the mark of the beast and the beast system, there are always going to be questions about what that looks like. But there should be absolutely no question about how we got there. Anyway, that's going to be all for now. Please click the thumbs up button and like this video for me. Let me know what you all think about this in the comments below. If you would like to show your support for the show, you can visit Patreon at the link listed in the description box below. You can sign up for free, or there are other options listed there as well. Everyone have a fantastic day, and until next time, stay awake, stay aware, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all soon.